me look at my topics here real quick and see if I got anything good to talk about. Okay, well, I finally talked about Extra Life streaming woes. Real quick. Next topic. Let me address this because it's been something that's bothered me for a while now. It's really bothered me. So, shout out to one of my favorite YouTubers, Rad Brad. My man got The Last of Us Part 2 last summer, and he was playing it on his channel. Now, I'm going to go ahead and say it. Spoilers. Now, a lot of... I'm going to see if it'll let me... So, the original game, it was about Joel and Ellie. And it's post-apocalyptic. So, there's these zombies, air quotes, and they're infected. And so, Joel is handed Ellie and told to deliver Ellie to the Fireflies at a certain place because she is immune to bites. Turns out she really is. They get her to the place, but the only way that they can see if they can make a cure from Ellie is to kill her. Joel has grown too close to her, plus he lost his own daughter before, so Joel decides that he's going to kill everybody there and take Ellie, and then he lies to her and says they couldn't make a cure. Sorry. And then they go from there. So this is like 4 years after 4 years after all that happens. Joel and Ellie are living someplace. They end up there's a snowstorm or something. Joel ends up with this group of new people, and he's trying to help them get to where they're staying. And Joel ends up getting killed by one of them, and Ellie sees it. And Abby is the girl's name, is the one who killed Joel. Okay, so after that, Ellie's like, I'm gonna go kill Abby. So you set out to go find Abby and hunt her down to take revenge. Okay, and so the whole goal of the first part of the game is you're getting to Abby, and then by the time you hold on. Okay, yeah. By the time you get there, you have the showdown with them, and then I think Ellie ends up losing, and then Abby gets away. Okay, but then the perspective changes, and it's like, okay, now you're gonna play as Abby. So for me, not having played the first Last of Us and played as Joel a whole game, I was sad for Joel, but I was like, okay, this is cool. I like this new perspective. So you learn to care for Abby, and you see all these things from her perspective. And then Abby ends up meeting a couple people called Seraphites. They're in a group called Seraphites, and one of them is Lev. Lev is transgender, and there was a lot of hate for that. So, no, we don't play that over here at Hyphen Nation. No, we don't do we don't hate on any kind of... There's no hate at all. Don't do that. But you're on Abby's side, and you kind of get to see Abby's journey as it kind of leads up to Abby running into Ellie again, essentially. I think, I'm sorry. Let me go back. So when you're Ellie, playing as Ellie, what happens is you run into Abby finally, and then the perspective changes and you don't see what happens. When you come back to that same scene that you left before as Abby, you have to play it as Abby, and then you're fighting against Ellie, so you're torn between these two girls like this. You're torn between these two girls. And essentially, Abby wins, Ellie leaves. Ellie has a nice little girlfriend, and they're on a farm, and they're safe and everything. They're raising Dina's, which is her girlfriend, raising her baby that she had with another gentleman who died. His name was Jesse. And then Joel's brother comes back and says, we found Abby. You should go get her. And then Ellie's like, no, I don't want to. But then Ellie feels bad, and she's like, I have to go finish this. So you go back out as Ellie, and you go try to find Abby. You successfully find Abby after you find she's being tortured, her and Lev. Then you have this final showdown at the end, and then they both end up getting away, and that's the end. There's been so much hate for this game, and it's mostly based on the fact that Joel died, and then you were forced to play as Abby. I'll tell you that Brad was not happy at all about playing as Abby. He's like, I hate Abby. I hate Abby. Hate her. Hate her. Hate her. And I get it. Because it's like they built this world on The Last of Us with Joel and Ellie. And then for, I don't know, within the first half hour, when you're playing as Ellie, and then for you to be powerless to save the man who saved your character's life in the first game, it's rough stuff. But you have to appreciate the storytelling when they set you off on a revenge tour to go get Abby. And then when you finally find her, for everything to be flipped on its head, and it's like, oh, let's rewind. Now you're Abby, and you have to go do all these things that lead up to the moment that you meet Ellie the first time. And just over the course of time, as you're fighting the infected and traveling with Lev and fighting the Seraphites and kind of realizing what is what and getting to know the friends that Abby has on her side and her love for Owen and things like that, you just naturally begin to care about Abby. But so many people were just so mad that Joel died that they couldn't see past that. You took Joel away from us. How dare you, Naughty Dog? And again, not to mention the dude I don't talk to anymore, but he was out actually making comments about the fact that Lev was transgender. It's like, don't do that. Who cares? They be doing that to sell games. That's what he said. No. It's called storytelling. Who cares if there's I think, was she a boy or a girl? Was Lev a boy or a girl? I think Lev was a boy who identified as a girl. And they were young. They were like younger than 10 when we first meet Lev. Or was it the other way? No. Lev was a girl and identified as a boy. He didn't want to be a girl. No. He didn't. Yeah, he didn't. Yeah, she did not want to. He did not want to be a girl. I had it right the first time. And I'm sorry if I'm messing up my pronouns. Not trying to do that on purpose. But I personally can probably never play The Last of Us, like straight up and down. I can't do it. I'm too scared. I will shit my pants playing this game. I love to watch somebody else play it, though. Shout out to my man Brad again. And he was real upset. And he even did I feel like it was like maybe a 20-plus minute to half an hour reaction video that he never does when he finishes up gameplay. Just talking about his thoughts and everything on the game. And I'll tell you, though, even though Brad did not like Abby, he played it really well because he was like, I don't like it for this reason, but I appreciate these reasons and stuff like that. So he was very well-rounded in his reasoning. His main thing was to kill Joel. And then they expect me to care for this person who killed Joel. I get it, but the divide that surrounds this whole game is just wild to me. Absolutely wild. But I had that down for a while, so hopefully I didn't ruin the game for anybody, but I would love to hear from anybody who has either played The Last of Us or played The Last of Us 2 and hear your opinion on whether you enjoyed it, whether you were just angry about how it all played out, what happened to Joel, all those things. So please let me know. So yeah, there you go. There's a topic.